Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome to another video of my complete predictions for the UFC Nashville card, Lewis versus Teixeira. So let's go to the first fight. Now I'm going to start properly from the first fight to the last on the card as we go to the first, which is Fatima Kline versus Melissa Martinez. In this fight, I'm going with Fatima Kline by knockout in the second round. I think her grappling, her wrestling will be too much for Melissa Martinez. In the second fight of the night, we have Mitch Ramirez versus Mike Davis. In this fight, I'm going with Mike Davis by knockout in the second round. Strange, right? Second round as well. Yeah, the method isn't very precise, but there it is. Mike Davis by knockout. In the second round, in the third fight of the night, we have Nzechukwu versus Valter Walker. And in this fight, I'll go with Kennedy by knockout in the second round. Yeah, just knockouts all around. Valter Walker is very good, and I think he can win, but I'll go with Kennedy. You have to choose just one, but if I were you, I wouldn't bet on that fight. Yeah, for the next fight, we have Lauren Murphy versus Eduarda Moura. Man, a woman who's past her prime doesn't make sense. So I'm going with Eduarda Moura very easily by unanimous decision. Next fight, we have Jake Matthews versus Chidi Njokuani. And in this fight, I'm going with Njokuani by unanimous decision. That's it. Unanimous decision. Right. In the next fights here, we have Max Griffin versus Chris Curtis. This fight is also pretty easy to predict. Chris Curtis by unanimous decision. This one is not difficult. So that's it. Chris Curtis by unanimous decision. And now the preliminary card is over, and we will move on to the main card, with the first fight being between the Butcher, who I don't think is very good, right? In this case, and he is very cocky, very arrogant, but okay. Let's go. Junior Tafa versus Tokkos. Well, this one is for Junior Tafa. He will be too much for the grappling and wrestling of Tokkos. In other words, a knockout in the second round. Junior Tafa will knock out Tokkos. Let's move on to the next fight then. Valter Petrino versus Austin Lane. Man, this fight is bizarre. It's bizarre. But I'm going with the underdog. I'm going with Austin Lane by unanimous decision. And that's it. That's it. There's not much to say. Petrino, it's complicated with Petrino. So let's move to the next fight here between Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Charriere. And in this fight, I'm going with Charriere by unanimous decision. I think Nate will hold up, but he won't win on points. And in the next fight here, we have Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. It is... Calvin Kattar is very good, but he's past his prime, on the decline. So in this one, I'm going with Steve Garcia by knockout in the first round. Look, he will probably win a performance of the night bonus. Yeah. And also, for the second to last fight on this card, we have Stephen Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. And in this fight, I go with a victory for Stephen Thompson by unanimous decision. Yeah, this is something bizarre that's going to happen here, because an old guy beating a guy who, it's complicated, but that's it. It's destiny. And for the main event of the night, we have Derrick Lewis versus Tallison Teixeira. And here, there's not much to say, not much to analyze, but it's like this. We have to trust in Tallison Teixeira, who will win by knockout in the first round. There's no way around it. The physical advantage, even though the record is inflated against a lower level opponent, there's no way around it. The level of aggressiveness, the level of power. Derrick Lewis, I don't think he'll be able to control him, take him down. It's practically impossible. But like I said, anything can happen. However, I'm going with Tallison Teixeira easily by knockout in the first round. And that was a card, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video.